first, live, local. This is Fox 12 Now.
Welcome back to Fox 12 Now. I'm Greg Nibbler, live here from the Fox 12 Oregon newsroom. And all day long, we have been talking about our day of giving for a part of Hunger Free Project, the Fox 12 Hunger Free Project. And this is all a goal to raise donations for the Oregon Food Bank to get that food out there to people who are in need. There's a lot of people out there in communities all over the state, all over Washington, all over the Northwest, in the country really, but we're focusing on Oregon and Southwest Washington where people are in need. And these donations that you're sending in, which thank you for doing so, really are helping. And we've got some evidence right here of a location where those donations that you send in are used to purchase food. They end up in places like where Spencer Schott is right now, out in Tillamook, and where these warehouses, they bring in this food and then distribute it out to those people in need, right, Spencer?
Yeah, that's exactly right, Greg. So earlier today, when we were setting up our shots here, we had a large semi-truck come in from Portland, the Oregon Food Bank based in Portland, their headquarters. They got their shipment during our noon show. We helped load up the Tillamook car so that it could be sent out to all the different pantries across town. But yeah, like you said, behind me, this is the warehouse where they store all the food that has been donated and is getting ready to go out to pantries around Tillamook and also around the coastal range. So that's what you're looking at right now. We got one delivery today. We've gotten a couple of donations today, but one thing that we really want to focus on, well, first, let's introduce our guest, Julia Wenzel. She is the regional director of the Oregon Food Bank out here in Tillamook. But the question that you said we should talk about now is who is able to go to these food banks. We've seen people come in and make donations, but who can come in and pick up donations?
Yeah, I think it's really important to remember that in this moment of heightened insecurity and folks feeling really nervous, that we'd be really clear that there is still food available. Food is out there, and folks can visit OregonFoodFinder.org for a list of resources across the state. We have in Tillamook County a network of 8 public pantries from the north end to the south end, so we try to have pretty good coverage. And then we also have a couple of meal sites located here in the town of Tillamook as well. And we really don't ask for much information from you. So if you are in need of food, the short answer is you are welcome to visit our pantries and meal sites and receive the food that you need. We ask for a little bit of self-identifying information, just to say that yes, I'm at a low income and I'm not able to purchase enough food, and that's really the extent of it. You'll be asked for a little bit of basic information, but you can also decline to give that. You can visit the pantries anonymously. We don't want there to be any barriers to access. So this is really a place where anyone can go when they are in a pinch and need to have some food to bring home.
It's that low barrier aspect that I think is so important, of making sure people feel comfortable of putting themselves out there and being like, I need help. Sometimes that is the hardest thing for someone to do, is to admit that they are in a position where they're not able to feed themselves, they're not able to afford groceries. So just taking that step and going forward and asking I need help can really open a lot of doors for folks.
Exactly. There are a lot of folks who have never been in this position before and are suddenly really in need of that extra support. We're seeing federal employees who have now missed a paycheck or two and are not used to being without that income and need some assistance. And so this is a great resource for them and for really anyone who is just feeling the pinch of this particular crisis that we're in.
And it's really a judgment-free zone of you're seeing people from all walks of life come in and ask for help in these moments. Because like you said, this is something we haven't seen before, or a lot of people haven't experienced before, who might not have been someone on SNAP particularly, but with the government shutdown, they've missed 2 paychecks at this point. And some people can really stomach or grin and bear it missing 1 paycheck, but to go a whole month without any funding, that can really hurt your bottom line and help really scramble your whole plan for the whole month.
Exactly. And I would say a lot of the folks who do visit our pantries regularly are also relying on SNAP. We're really cobbling together a number of different resources to make sure that people have enough to eat. And now that one of those resources has dried up, people are really needing to rely more on the pantries in this moment.
And you said the SNAP is more of the safety net, and the pantries aren't designed to catch everyone. So with the number of folks needing these services, the number of folks coming out asking for food, but the number of food that you guys have hasn't increased at the same level. How are you guys coping?
We're doing the best that we can. We are seeing a huge surge of donations from local community members, from local businesses, funding coming in from people across the state that's going to help us purchase more food. But I do think it's important to keep in mind both that we are doing everything we can to rise to the occasion, and also that our network is not designed to be sustainable in this kind of crisis, and that's where SNAP dollars are so important.
Definitely. And so in the meantime, while we're waiting for the SNAP to be reinstated, there is a QR code on your screen. If you are in a position where you can donate, we do encourage you to help out folks who are helping out folks in the community. So with that, Greg, we'll send it back to you.
All right, Spencer, thanks you so much, and to Julia, and yes, just such important, you know, it's so important getting this help to those people who really need it. And Spencer, you brought up one thing, I'm just going to mention this here, that is so very important, is if somebody is in need of help, you know, just saying that to begin with, and then being able to go out there and go do that and go to a place like this where they're going to feel comfortable to get that help that they need is really amazing. So Spencer, thanks so much. I will let you get back to it out there, and we'll talk to you here shortly. I appreciate it.
Talk to you soon. Thanks, Greg.
All right, Spencer Schott, who's been there all day out at the Tillamook location, and we've been talking about this all day, this day of giving, and I want to pull it back up here for you too, just to take a look there. And this is something we're going to be doing throughout the rest of the day. So if you have the means, if you want to, you can use that QR code right there to make a donation and to help somebody out in your community. But we'll, like I mentioned, I'm going to be talking to Spencer here a little bit more over the next hour or so out in Tillamook, and then we'll also have plenty more here on our other shows after that as well. So thanks for joining us. We're going to go ahead and take a break for right now. If you're watching on YouTube, you'll see this video end. If you're watching on our apps, which I highly recommend that, our Fox 12 Oregon apps, that's a great way to watch us live. I'll pull that up back up there. And that's a great way to watch us live. And after the fact as well, you'll see Local News Live. We'll take over here for just a little bit. So that's one of our other shows that we will pull up when we are not on. So you'll see that for a minute. But we've got plenty more here throughout the afternoon. And if there's breaking news, we'll have that as well anytime between 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. But coming up here over this next hour, I will be here with that. We're going to have Mark Nelson joining us here in just a little bit to talk about the First Alert Weather Day, what's going on out there. So lots more to talk about. We'll sign off right now. We'll talk to you soon. I'm Greg Nibbler. This is Fox 12 Now.